Getting started in the film industry these days is pretty accessible to everyone. Everyone knows that as long as you have a camera or just a smartphone in your pocket, you can start making films. So there's no excuse to not be doing it. But something that people seem to think is still out of their reach is VFX. Anyone can be a VFX artist. If you're interested in VFX, you can get started right now with what you have. Yeah, if you don't have the best PC, you might run software a little bit slowly. But with a bit extra patience, you can be doing the same sort of VFX shots that are in Hollywood films with just a small team or even by yourself. If you're a complete beginner with VFX, I would personally recommend starting out with learning how to use After Effects, especially if you have previous experience in video editing software because it translates quite well. Once you have a basic idea of how to use After Effects, which you can get just from tutorials online or reading the manual, I would recommend checking out videocopilot.net and going through all of the tutorials on there. You'll learn how to do everything from very basic stuff to really advanced techniques. Andrew Kramer is making VFX accessible to everyone. And if you follow along with those tutorials, you'll not only learn how to do some really cool shit, but you'll get to grips with the basic functionality of After Effects pretty quickly. If you're interested in 3D VFX, I would recommend learning how to use 3ds Max or Cinema 4D. Brandon JLA has some really useful tutorials in 3ds Max, and 3dtotal.com is a great resource for learning how to do pretty much anything you need to do. And if Cinema 4D is more your thing, Digital Melon has some great videos on that. A channel that's great for seeing some actual behind the scenes of people making their own VFX videos is Corridor Digital. And if you want to know more about VFX in Hollywood films, they have a series that they've started recently doing called VFX Artists React, where they react to the really good VFX and the really bad VFX, and they sort of tell you how things were done or how they think things were done, and then they have friends in the industry that they can call up and just ask, how was this shot done in this film? So you get to learn from a lot of different perspectives. And their insight on how certain shots are done is really interesting. They're also a great group to follow because if you have any questions about learning about VFX, they seem to all genuinely be interested and excited about people learning. I've seen people just tweet a random question at them about VFX software and they've replied and tried to help that person with it. And I'm not saying treat them like a tech support, but they definitely are open to answering questions and helping people out, no matter how big their channel seems to be growing to. If you're worried about having to spend a lot of money on software, you still have no excuse to get started. An amazing piece of free software is Blender. If you're looking to learn how to use Blender, then the channel Blender Guru is a great place to start. If you want to learn more about the VFX industry itself, then VFX Geek on YouTube has some great videos on how much you can expect to earn as a VFX artist, where you should live for the most opportunities in VFX, and what software is most commonly used by major VFX artists. A lot of people will assume that they need to go to film school or at least university to learn about how to use VFX software. And yeah, it's great to have a knowledgeable mentor that you can learn from. And the structure of having assignments and classes can be really useful when you do want to start learning something like this. But in my opinion, if you're going to university or to film school just to learn the basics of how to use this software, I don't think you're going to do very well in the industry. If you're not bothering to go out and learn stuff now with the amount of free resources that are out there, it's going to be very difficult to deal with the problems that crop up in VFX because there are a lot of issues where something new will happen when you're going through a different project and you have to be the one to figure it out. And if you're not willing to do the basic research now to learn how to do it before you start university or film school, then it's just going to get harder. And sorry if that was harsh. Obviously, if you've tried to watch tutorials and you've tried to learn, but it's just not getting through, and you know that the structure of having classes and going to school would be a lot better for you to learn, then obviously that's completely different. But if you haven't even tried to learn yet, then I don't know if film school is the best investment. One of the things that film school or university is really solid for is networking. Because if you need someone for a specific task or a specific role, everyone is already organised into classes for you for what they're learning and what their expertise is. So you know exactly where you need to go to find who you need. And there are usually a bunch of after-school classes and clubs and different groups that people join. Or you can just go to whatever editing room or cafe people usually study at and strike up a conversation with someone and find out what their talent is and tell them what your talent is. Because in the future, when opportunities crop up, people are way more likely to want to use someone they already know. So if you get your name out there and you pay attention to what their name is and maybe help them out, then you could see a multitude of opportunities pop up in the future just because they already know you and your work. If you want to get started in VFX or just generally in film, you can get started on that now. And if you are getting started, please send me your work because I would love to check it out. You can either leave a link to your work in the comments or you can send it to me on Twitter at cinematic_m. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe and hit the notification bell.